Water is an irreplaceable element in our lives. Therefore, it is vital not to throw away such a valuable asset and ensure its quality. Every day, wastewater treatment plants process a huge amount of wastewater coming from domestic use and from industrial facilities and agricultural use. Rainwater, after being collected and piped, is also treated there. But before returning the water to the environment, an acceptable water quality has to be ensured. This way, rivers, lakes and seas won't be polluted with harmful compounds such as pesticides or surfactants. To carry out this task, spot samples are analysed in laboratories. However, such analyses require expensive equipment, specialised staff and are time-consuming. Unfortunately, once the analysis results are obtained and the presence of pollutants is detected, it is possible that these have already reached the environment. It is within this context that the Aquatik project was born.
El objetivo del proyecto Aquatik es desarrollar nuevas tecnologías para la detección de contaminantes prioritarios. Está basado en la tecnología de microalgas y permite una detección casi a tiempo real. De esta forma se generan una serie de alertas que avisan a las autoridades, evitando así vertidos de manera rápida y eficaz.
The European Commission has established 45 pollutants considered as priority. From these, the project has selected 7, all present in wastewater, especially in the river basins where the study is focused. 4 pesticides used in agricultural fields, 2 alkylphenols used in industrial and cleaning products, 1 phthalate used as a plasticizer in several industries. The directive establishes 2 quantifiable parameters for each pollutant and the threshold values that may not be exceeded in water bodies. These parameters are average concentration calculated over a selected period, maximum allowable concentration. Aquatik's technology offers solutions to quantify both parameters. One of the technologies developed within the Aquatik project consists of a prototype used to analyze samples from the wastewater treatment plant outlet. The prototype automatically takes in situ samples from the effluent, prepares them to be analyzed and determines the concentration of the selected compounds. Concentration is detected by means of an innovative biosensor based on immobilized microalgae developed by the Complutense University of Madrid. The proposed system is a valuable alternative to the conventional method of laboratory analysis, as it is less expensive and requires less staff and time. In wastewater treatment plants, numerous processes are carried out in order to remove suspended solids and dissolved matter. However, the elimination of these particles is not total, and some still remain in the water.
Una de las principales tareas en las que participa Labaqua en el proyecto es en el desarrollo del módulo FCCU. Este módulo tiene 3 funciones principales. La primera de ellas es el filtrado de la muestra para eliminar posibles partículas en suspensión. La segunda función y muy importante es el concentrado de los contaminantes entre 100 y 500 veces. Y la tercera función es la limpieza de la muestra mediante la utilización de disolventes orgánicos con el fin de eliminar interferentes.
The prototype includes the Optocen detector, an optic sensor that measures the oxygen produced by microalgae colonies immobilized on small membranes. The sensor is formed by a double head where the samples are in contact with 2 membranes. One contains a pesticide-sensitive strain and the other contains a resistant strain. If the flow consists of nutrient or water, the biological response of the microalgae to light stimulus is appropriate and standard peaks are obtained. However, if the sample contains the pollutant of interest, the sensitive strain is inhibited and reduces its biological activity, producing less oxygen. When the resistant strain is inhibited too, the sample result must be discarded, as it means that the sample contains other contaminants. The sensor translates oxygen production into an optical signal and later into an electrical pulse. This pulse allows the determination of the exact concentration of pollutant thanks to a previous calibration.
En Aqualogy hemos llevado a cabo la integración de las partes, obteniendo un prototipo autónomo gobernado por una unidad central capaz de programar y automatizar los muestreos de forma remota, en intervalos de 3 horas.
In every cycle, the system acquires a sample using an inlet pump and the suspended matter is removed after a double filtration. Then, the sample is introduced into the pre-treatment module, where the pollutants are retained in a cartridge in order to be eluted. The rest of the sample is thrown away. Meanwhile, the biosensor is prepared for the analysis, cleaning the circuit and providing nutrients to the algae. Once the pre-concentration process has ended, the concentrated extract is introduced into the biosensor circuit, coming into contact with the membranes for 40 minutes.
La unidad central recibe la señal eléctrica generada por cada una de las membranas, procesa la información y a continuación calcula la inhibición y la concentración de pesticida. El equipo evalúa de forma automática si la concentración de pesticida es superior a los límites establecidos. En caso afirmativo, envía una alarma vía GPRS.
Cetaqua ha realizado la validación de todos los equipos desarrollados dentro del proyecto. Inicialmente se ha realizado una validación en laboratorio y posteriormente se han transferido todas las tecnologías a la depuradora de San Feliu, en la que nos encontramos en este momento. Todos los resultados han sido corroborados mediante técnicas de laboratorio certificadas. Adicionalmente, se ha realizado un análisis coste-beneficio y un estudio de transferibilidad al mercado.
Within the Aquatik framework, several devices have been developed. One of them is a system to analyze waterborne pollutants called passive samplers. These samplers are simple and low-cost devices that allow the determination of average concentration of several pollutants in a specific period of time. The concentrations obtained are used to determine if they exceed the legislation threshold values. This technique offers an alternative to the conventional methodologies. Instead of taking samples and subsequently analysing them, passive samplers are submerged into the water body of interest and collect pollutants by themselves. The general mechanism is based on the retention of analytes within a solid absorbent material, chosen depending on their chemical affinity, discarding inert suspended solids and leaving the sample unaltered.
Este tipo de dispositivos nos permite controlar la concentración promedio en el tiempo de los contaminantes en el agua, cosa que no es posible determinar mediante los muestreos puntuales. En este caso han sido utilizados dos tipos distintos de muestradores. Por un lado, el Continuous Flow Integrative Sampler, que es un dispositivo desarrollado íntegramente por Labaqua. También se ha utilizado el muestrador pasivo POCIS. Este muestrador pasivo es específico para compuestos polares.
The CFIS is an integrative sampling device developed and patented by Labaqua. It consists of a small pump that impulses a regular sample stream through the sorbent material, which retains the dissolved pollutants of interest. The CFIS also has a fiberglass filter to retain suspended matter. In this way, total concentration of contaminant present in the analysed water can be determined. The whole process is controlled and programmed by an electronic card that additionally records temperature values, thus giving a major precision in the average concentration calculation of pollutant. A lithium battery allows up to 2-week campaign to detect organic compounds present in water in small concentrations. In general terms, passive samplers technologies present the following advantages: detection of compounds even at small concentrations, low cost and autonomy as they do not need electrical connection, logistic simplicity within sample management. Passive samplers can be submerged in any kind of water as they are harmless for the environment. Besides, CFIS has other particular advantages such as elimination of turbulence effect of the studied water thanks to the use of an internal pump, versatility in terms of analyzed compounds, wide variety of registered parameters such as temperature. Passive samplers are therefore a good tool to support the implementation of the Water Framework Directive established by the European Union. Water pollution is one of the main environmental concerns of European citizens. Aquatik is a research project co-funded by the European Commission within the Life Plus programme. It was launched during 2011 and is 4 years long. A research project innovative and promising that opens new alternatives in the field of online technologies for pollutants monitoring.